everybody, and thank you for joining us for the Advise Tennessee webinar. We're going to be going over Signalvine today. My name is Suzette Telly, and I took over managing Signalvine when Courtney left back in November. So I must be upfront and say I am not a Signalvine expert. However, I am good at getting answers to questions. So if you ever have any questions and you ask me and I don't know the answer, I promise you that I will not rest until I find out the answer to your question, and I promise to get back to you promptly. Also, I want to introduce or let her introduce herself, Mary Nell Hall from our office, who will be helping me.
Hi guys, it's nice to talk with you all again. I'm just going to be running the chat and Q&A features throughout the webinar. So if you have any questions at all as we're going through, please type them into the chat and Q&A, and I'll be watching them. And when there's a break in Suzette's presentation, I will pause and ask her what's on your mind. So thanks.
Thank you very much. Now let's get started. So a little overview of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about the login, which I think most of you have mastered, inbox management, viewing and responding to messages, viewing and updating participant data, the participant profile, the programs tab, the participants tab, some bulk features, and also tools. So sign in, as I said, I think you've all mastered this. I do encourage you to bookmark the Signalvine login page if you haven't already. And the way I know I get to it, you may have another way of getting to it, but for me it's v3.signalvine.com/AUTH/login. So if you haven't bookmarked that somewhere on your computer, I encourage you to do that. Of course, your username is your email address. You type in the password, which should be something of your own choosing, and then click sign in. Also, if you ever forget your password, they do have the handy little forgot password tab here at the bottom that you can use. Okay, messages tab is what we're going to start with. So up here on the left of your screen, the messages tab is the one that looks like a little talk bubble. So once you sign in, you're going to be brought always to your unread messages inbox. You click on your program name, which for you will always start with Advise Tennessee. You can see your unread messages, your entire inbox, and also your sent messages, both program sent, meaning from THEC, and advisor sent. There is no delete button in Signalvine. You may have already figured that out. So that's the reason we have to mark messages as read by clicking on the book icon. And what that does is it moves the messages from the unread inbox to the general inbox. So by the book icon, of course, I mean this little thing, which always appears next to the student's name or next to the message. And you must click that to say whether it's no longer unread and move it to the read inbox. You can also flag a message for future follow-up by clicking on the flag icon, and I'm kind of circling that here. And you can flag for follow-up. From the screen, you can also access all of your sent messages as well. Okay, the inbox group column and filter. Within the Programs tab view, again, this is the Programs tab view, you can also clearly identify which group each participant belongs to. So over here on the right, you see group, and then below that, what group they're a member of. You can also view participants by their individual groups by using the Groups drop-down menu. So the Groups drop-down menu is here, a little bit more to the left, and this is a close-up of that view. Response management. This feature gives you the ability to test the signal strength of a participant's response. There's a signal column in the inbox with red, green, and gray bubbles. The red bubbles show that Signalvine does not understand the response. So here's an example. Here's the red bubble. The question asked was something that we wanted a yes or no answer, and this person responded, when is that? Or down here, I don't know, I'm not sure. Signalvine doesn't understand that because it's looking for yes, no, or some variation of that. So that's why it gives you the red bubble. The green bubble showed that the response was understood. So here's a green bubble, and this person responded N. They could also respond no, nah, nope. Any variation of no will be understood. And then also a green bubble for yes, or why, or yep, yeah, anything like that will be understood. Gray bubbles show that we weren't really looking for a particular response, so that's kind of a non-status. From the inbox, you can click on the bubbles and perform corrective actions. So for example, if a student responds probably not when we're looking for a yes or no response, you can click on the red bubble next to their name and either choose intended response here or send text to clarify. So by choose intended response, this person, for example, said, no, I can't come. So the computer didn't understand that. It was confused. So you know that the person meant no. So you can click no and then hit send, and then that person will receive any follow-up messages that may come from the yes or no. Or you can send a text from here and say, did you mean yes or no? Just to get further clarification, again, so they can get that follow-up email. The View drop-down menu that appears above the inbox allows you to see certain types of messages. When View's clicked, you'll be able to filter the inbox and view messages of 3 types. Those you flagged for follow-up, those that the system has understood, that means a green signal, and then that the system has not understood, typically either gray or red signal in the signal strength column. And again, that's from View here. Within the Messages tab, you can perform bulk actions using the Action drop-down menu. So here, we were just on View, now we're on Action. So you can bulk mark read, unread, flag, unflag. You can schedule messages, you can stop participants, start participants. And by bulk, I mean you can choose more than one at a time. So if you're just going to send one message to one student, just go to that student's profile and send a message. But if you need to do the same action or send multiple messages, you can just do that by clicking next to their name, multiple students, and then do that action for all of them at the same time. To access an individual participant's profile, you can click on the participant's name from the inbox. So here, this Camilla Green, you just click on the name. And then once you click on their name, you're brought to this screen, which I'm sure you've seen a million times. So over here on the left is their message history, and on the right is their profile information. Also next to any inbound messages, you get the same book and flag icons. So you can mark messages read from here and also flag messages from here. You can clearly see the difference between the messages that have been sent by the participants because they appear in green, as in this example, and the program or advisor sent messages in gray, as in this example. Within the platform, users can see if messages have been sent by the program, like here, program sent message, or if an advisor has sent the message. And by users, I mean you. I don't mean the participants. So you can tell if the program sent a message, yours would say Advise Tennessee here, or if you sent a message, it would have your name here. At the bottom of the message thread, you can compose a message in the box and either schedule it using the calendar or send it now and click send. So of course you type your message here in the box. In this example, hi Georgine, good luck on your first day of classes tomorrow. If you want to schedule it for a future day or time, you click on schedule. You'll get the calendar drop down. You select the month and day and also the time you want it to be sent, and then you would click send. If you wanted to send it immediately, you would just click now or send now. To edit participant data, you click in the field you want to edit, type your changes, and hit enter to save. This is a big mistake lots of people make. So you make the changes, you click on like this GPA, 3.4, if you wanted to change that to 3.2, you would just click on that box, type in your changes, but you must hit enter to save. If you don't hit enter, it will not be saved. For you, I know a lot of times you'll be using this FAFSA completion box, maybe changing no to yes, but you must hit enter after making your changes. If you want to modify a group within a participant's profile, you're able to edit their group list. So to modify the groups of a participant, you click on the green pen next to the group list. Here's the pen. It doesn't really look green to me, but it is a pen. At this point, a drop-down menu of all the groups will appear like this. You can make your modifications, and then you have to click the little floppy disk icon to finalize your changes. Again, if you don't do that to save the changes, they will not be saved. To edit a participant's phone number, which I guarantee you will have to do probably multiple times, you click on the phone number at the top of the screen. So we're still back on that same page. Here's the message history, here's the profile, and at the top you see the student's name, and here's their phone number. So all you have to do is click on the phone number, type in the new name, or excuse me, new phone number, and then hit enter. If you don't hit enter, those changes will not be saved. Okay, the invalid participant phone display, this lets you know when participants have invalid numbers, typically meaning it's a landline phone instead of a cell phone. So once Signalvine tries to send a message to a phone number that's invalid, that participant will be stopped, and the phone number will turn red in both the profile, where you see it here, and also in the participant list. So if you have any students with red numbers next to them, that's a problem because they're not receiving your messages. So you need to get with that student and try to get an updated phone number that's able to accept text messages. So you use the Messages drop-down menu to stop a participant from receiving messages or to view future messages scheduled for that participant. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that this was a drop-down. I just thought it was the title for messages. But next to it, you'll notice what they call a caret. It looks like the little beak of a bird. If you click that, you can either stop a participant or view future messages. And again, that's right above the message history. If you choose View Future Messages, you can see all the participants' scheduled messages. Future advisor scheduled messages will have a red circle to the right of them. Those messages can be deleted by clicking on the red circle. So right here you see the red circle, you would simply click on that. Then you have to click Remove to confirm your decision to delete the message. If you don't click on Remove, it will not be removed. You cannot delete future program scheduled messages. So for example, we have a message going out on January 17th from us. You cannot delete that message, and if you want to alter it or change the day or time it's delivered, you have to use that change request form and send that to me. For the January 17th message, please try to send it to me by January 15th, and I will forward that on to Signalvine. You can make changes yourself within Signalvine up through the 16th, and they'll still be included in this latest message. So back in the Messages drop-down menu, if you choose Stop Participant, you will stop that participant from receiving future messages. So once they're stopped, their whole message box is going to disappear. However, if you need to restart a participant, let's say somebody re-enrolls or something, as soon as you hit Stop Participant, it changes to Start Participant. So all you do is go back next to that student's name, Messages, Start Participant. Okay, to create a quick message, which is very handy for sending messages quickly, you click on the button from any of the tabs on the platform. So by tabs, I mean these icons up here, and Quick Message is always up here under all those tabs up on the top left. So you click into the bar. By bar, they mean this. And you can enter programs, group lists. You can start typing a participant's name, and a drop-down will populate. And within a program, you can add as many participants or groups as you like to send the quick message. You type your message content into the window, and that means this gray box here. If you want to include information from the participant's profile as you type the message, you type a plus sign. So in this example, they've included first name. So you would type, hey, plus sign, and then you get a drop-down menu of your options. And you can select first name or other options that you might want to include. And then when you get the drop-down, you can use the arrow keys to scroll through the list. On quick messages, the default is always to immediately deliver the message, but you can also choose to schedule the quick message, by pressing schedule and then scheduling it as we did before. Once you choose who you want the message to go to and you type the message, you select the date and time, you'll get this confirmation window. So the message hasn't been sent yet. So this confirmation window before it's sent, if you see any errors, you can click back and go back and make your changes. Otherwise, you would hit send, and then the message will be sent. If you don't click that second send box, it will not go. Also, the time will be staggered if you're sending it to multiple people. So you'll notice message start is 3:29, message complete is 3:35. So it doesn't send them all at once, it sends a few every minute. Okay, the next tab is the Programs tab, and that's the one here. I think it looks like an organizational chart. I know Signalvine calls it a trident, so whatever you want to call it, that is the Programs tab. You click on the tab, and then on your program name for review, which will always start with Advise Tennessee, to access the list of features. You can view the future program scheduled messages by clicking on the message calendar. All the dates highlighted in blue have a message scheduled to go out on that day. So you see here in green, that's always today's date is in green, but anyone with blue, that has a message scheduled to go out by the program. You cannot view your own messages scheduled in advance. You would have to go to View Future Messages under an individual student. But any program scheduled messages, such as the one going out on January 17th, can be viewed by clicking on the date with the blue box. Then it tells you the time it's going to go out, what it's going to say, and then who it's going to go to. You can export your participant data by clicking on Export Participant Data. Then you have to click Begin Export here, and a link to download a CSV file will be emailed directly to you from support@signalline.com. So if you have a problem with filtering your email and stopping messages, you may want to make sure you whitelist support@signalline.com. And also remember that you only receive exported data from your students. You don't receive the data from all students on the platform, only the ones you have access to. Okay, the autoresponder is a great function, but it does have some drawbacks, as in it doesn't automatically turn itself off. So if you want to use the autoresponder, if you plan to be out of the office, it works similar to your email out of office message. So if you turn it on, all participants that text in will receive the message you set here. So you can type whatever you want to type in that here. You type in your text. To turn this feature on, you type your message, you click the box next to your group name so you can send it to one or all of your groups that you want to receive the message, and then you have to click Save Changes. So as I said, it doesn't turn itself off. So let's say before Christmas you would turn this on. When you came back to the office, if you don't turn it off, your students will continue to get that out of office message. So you must come back in, you have to erase or delete all the text from the message, you have to unclick all the boxes, and then again you have to hit Save Changes. That's the only way to turn it off. Okay, the final tab on the far right is the Participants tab, and that's the one that looks like the little head and shoulders. To gain more functionality within this tab, you click on your program name, again always beginning with Advanced Tennessee. You can use the Advanced Search feature by clicking on the caret to the right of participants. They call it a caret. This thing looks to me like a little bird beak. And then you choose Advanced Navigation. So this is for Advanced Search. Once you're in the Advanced Search screen, you can filter participants by all these different criteria. You can search by name or phone. You can select the programs you're searching within, all your programs, some of your programs, and you can also add variables. For example, here they've done FAFSA completion contains a Y, meaning yes, or you could do contains a no for no, and you can filter by that. Once you've searched for your desired variables and narrowed your participants, you click on the Quick Message button to create a message and send to your search results. So in this example, we've narrowed the field down, and we're only going to send it to those people we found from our search. And then you can use the Quick Message feature as we showed you before. The Messages Advanced Search works the same way as the Participants Advanced Search. So we've gone from this tab over to back to the Messages tab. You can also do Advanced Search in that. And you can search by message content, in or out box, read or unread, signal strength, flag messages, program, date, or again, any variables you choose. To search by message content, for example, you type in the content of the message you want to find. So in this example, they've typed in the word university, and then it pulls up any message that has the word university in it. So they got 2 hits. And you can try that and play with it to your heart's content and see how that search might work for you. Selecting Outbox instead of Inbox will show you all of the sent messages for your program. And you can also filter your outbound messages. You can filter all messages. Ad hoc means you or advisor sent messages. Program is all program sent messages, or sent by. It'll just tell you who sent the message. Okay, tools. If you're like me, you may have wondered why they have tools at the top of every page. But if you select tools from the upper right side of the page, here, it's always next to Logout, you'll be brought to a screen in which you can edit your user information. So My Details is where it brings you, and you can edit like the email address. That's your username, so that can't be changed. But you can change how your name's going to appear for you to view. You can add in or change a mobile phone number. We ask for your mobile phone number in case you want to be notified by text messages. Also, be sure to click Save after making changes, or again, it won't be saved. From this tab, you can also sign up to receive daily notifications when you have unread messages in your inbox. I think this is a great feature, so I encourage you to turn it on if you haven't already. And you can choose to receive those messages via email or by text message. You can also select what time you would like to receive your daily messages. So here, if you want to receive daily notifications via email, click this box. If you want to receive daily notifications via text message, you can click this box, and then you can tell it what time of day you want the messages to come to you. And again, you have to click Save for it to be saved. If you ever need to change this for any reason, you would hit Reset and change the parameters. Okay, to return to your inbox, because if you're like me again, when you get into Tools, you can't figure out how to get out of it. So the word Tools will change to Workspace as soon as you click on it. So all you do is click on Workspace, and it brings you back to your first page to unread messages. Okay, that's it for that first part.